welcome to another interesting segment on Home Truth Nigeria. Today, I will be talking on the Q&A about Nigerian men, episode 28. For those of you subscribing or new to my channel, this is a segment where I get to answer questions I've been asked on the chats, comment section, and also via emails. So, without wasting much time, let's go. So, a lady said, I've started seeing a Nigerian man. Things are going straight, but the major problem we have is his parents don't like white people. This is a red flag for me. I haven't met them yet, but to be disliked before they've even met me gives me anxiety. So, from experience, there are three things to this situation. I've handled some cases like this where the lady is told by the guy that, look, my family don't want me to mix or do anything with a woman from a different ethnicity or race, as you may call it. And from experience, there are three reasons a Nigerian man would tell you this. Three reasons you should worry for. One is basically maybe the family does not want you. Now, it could be that, that the family of the man does not want a white lady or a lady from a total different ethnicity. Perhaps they've heard all sort of stories and they also have personal experience. And for whatever reason, they tend to generalize that it could be the case with their son. So perhaps they've read that, oh, white women are like this, white women are like that, and all of this. So it could be maybe they are acting based on what they've told. So this, yes, could be a possibility. Another thing is he wants you to work for the relationship. So it could also be that probably the man is taking advantage of the lady. Yes, I've seen cases of this like this where the lady, shows too much desperation because she loves the man. So uh, because of this love for the man, she starts showing too much desperation. It's like, you met the man of your dreams. And if you run into a man who doesn't love you, but wants to use you, and then he sees you are very desperate, he will capitalize on that. It could go as far as first telling you that, look, my family, they don't want me to be with a white lady or a lady from this nationality. But I really want to be with you, but my family, So now you see that this guy is conflicted. For whatever reason, some women would like give their best to try to like, look, you have to accept me, forget about what your family they're saying. The most important thing is just you and I. I've seen this, so a lot would do anything just so they are accepted. And then the last part is, of course, the invitation to cheat. You see, the guy would tell you that the family doesn't want you because of your ethnicity, race, nationality, whatever. But you would always notice that this guy is also in contact with other women and he doesn't hide it. Sometimes you catch him and then he blames it on his family or his parents, like, oh, my parent linked me to this lady, my auntie linked me to this lady. I mean, if I don't talk to her, it will look like I'm being disrespectful and stuff. And because you love this guy so much, you would forgive him, and he himself will see you as someone who is very gullible, or what we call mumu. And at the end of the day, the problem persists. And for this reason, if you are in a situation where you're dating a guy and he tells you, look, my family don't want you because of your ethnicity, your nationality, your race, leave. Don't wait to find out. Don't wait to like, okay, I will convince them to accept me. Leave, leave. Go to where you're accepted. Don't be in a place where you're tolerated. That's my advice to you. Okay, another question is, I always cook him food or banana cake. Oh, that's delicious. And I take it to his house with me. And sometimes he buys me flowers and one time a new designer handbag. But we have been together 6 months and don't really go on dates anymore. Hopefully, this is okay. It's the same as him providing for me and not me doing too much. Okay, so here's the thing, ladies. There are certain things you should not do so much at a particular time when you're dating a Nigerian. Again, cooking and making banana cake, muffins, whatever. for him within 6 months of the relationship. It's not a problem, but it is bad when it becomes, too much. This is what we call, it causes see finish, or uh, doing too much. One thing you should never ever show a Nigerian man is for him to think you're desperate. If he smells, Nigerian men can smell desperation. We smell it like perfume. If you meet a Nigerian man who can smell that you're desperate, a lot of them who are not mature would take their feet off the throttle, and then they will allow you to start building the relationship themselves, whereby ideally the man is supposed to come after you, do everything right, so that you could feel wanted. But the moment he senses that you are desperate, he a lot would take their legs off the throttle and then allow you to handle the relationship, because they think you're desperate. At the same time, not every Nigerian man, wants to go out for a date. Always. In fact, some like to chill with you at home, especially if their intentions, towards you is to get married to you. A lot would want to see uh, how you guys bond and function together at home, because they see it like going out on a date is not the real situation in life. It's not reality. The major thing that is real happens at home. So they want to see how you guys can bond together at home. Cooking, keeping the house clean, driving a conversation, and all of that. So hanging out at home is not a bad thing. Perhaps maybe that is his way. He wants to cook with you, he wants to bake with you. However, baking for him always, and cooking always, like you stated, that is a bad thing, especially within 6 months. Doing it always is not good. I believe meeting someone and you're in a relationship within the first 6 months, it's a time where you have to, like, okay, study this guy in person closely. Doesn't mean maybe sometime, maybe once a month you bake for him. Study him closely, make sure that you are with the right person, make sure the person you've agreed to date is actually the right person. Because okay, what happens if you're not always cooking and baking cakes for him? Have you seen how he's going to react? Do you know if he's entitled, if he feels like it is your duty to be baking banana cakes for him? So it's very, very important. So the first 6 months, don't overdo. Try to make sure that you were the right person. Just do things sparingly. Okay, another question is, this is happening to me and my heart is so heavy. He's saying he's going through a lot right now. I don't know, it sucks. I would have done I would never have done him like this. So this lady is commenting on one of the videos I made about Nigerian men, reasons Nigerian men ghost. And yes, I can tell you that a lot of Nigerian men, when they're in a dark place, when things are difficult for them, one defensive mechanism is they tend to, withdraw and then, just stay on their own. But one thing is that these guys, in as much as things are tough for them, they would always chat you sometimes. You know, how are you doing? You doing okay? All right, take care. They would still want to be around you. Uh, but you would notice that okay, he's not flowing like things used to be before. Uh, yes, because probably things are difficult for him at that point, but he would always try to like leave one or two things with you. How are you doing? I'm doing okay, and stuff. And this is where you might come in like, hey babe, you okay? You're acting different. And then he might get to open up to you. However, if you're with a guy who he tells you times are hard, he's troubled and everything. At the same time, he doesn't chat you, he doesn't respond to your message, and you see that he's online. It's not like he's offline, he's online. And when you write him, he blanks it, he doesn't respond. And when he responds with one word, uh, just few sentences, and then you start second guessing, like, okay, why is he doing so? My sister, if you find yourself in that situation, the guy is always online, he doesn't respond to you, but then he tells you he's having crisis and all of that, but he's still always online. Just cry for 3 days and mourn the relationship. Take another 3 days to recover and then move on from that dude. The truth is, it's one way of the dude letting you know that, like, hey, I'm not interested. He doesn't want to tell you this because maybe a few weeks ago, a few months, he made you understand why you're the best thing that's happened to him. So he doesn't know how to, give you the opposite of what he said. So he just has to give you some clues and signal for you to pick. So just move on from that. Another question is, honestly, what what are we without you? You've helped me improve my relationship with my man. I can never thank you enough. I really appreciate when couples get back to say, "Hey, thank you for helping me, helping us improve our relationship, and thank you for making me understand that the guy I was talking with is a scammer." It gives me joy. It gives me joy, and thank you very much. I just hope and I pray your relationship lasts and for eternity. Thank you. Okay, another question is: if he's married, then why does he want to continue a relationship? Very simple. He's a cheat and he most probably wants to catch cruise. So let me also tell you, wonderful ladies, now listen to me. It is very difficult for a Nigerian man to abandon his wife or partner to come be with you. I've seen a lot of ladies who are, hanging around Nigerian men that are married to Nigerian women, and they're expecting that, okay, soon he's going to divorce the woman and come be with them. You're joking. It is very difficult for a Nigerian man to divorce his Nigerian wife to come be with you, a foreigner. It is very, very difficult. So just put that at the back of your mind. Very difficult. The only time you will see this is when maybe the Nigerian man needs papers. Maybe he needs papers. He's in your country and he needs papers, then he could do that with you. Or maybe you're so rich and you probably help him to sort out some things financially, then he could try to see how he's going to, manage you and his wife. But don't go with this ambition that, oh, the Nigerian man you're talking with will just leave his wife and come and be with you. It's not easy. It's not easy. So have that at the back of your mind. Another question is: the more space I give him, the more he comes to me. Finally, this lovely lady, she has mastered the dark art of dating Nigerian men. What she's doing is what we call I know send. This is another important tool every one of you should have in your relationship. I know send basically means I don't care. It more or less like I could care less. You're unhinged. You know, this is something you need to have when you're dating a Nigerian man. It is do me, I do you. God no go vex. So what this basically means is, look, the same energy the man is giving you, return that same energy. Because one thing is, a lot of you are the foundation, the pillar, the roof of the relationship. You do everything, and because you're doing everything, this man has taken you for granted. He could go without calling or texting you because he knows that you would call him, you would text him, and because he knows this, he takes the relationship for granted. Now, if you master the dark arts of I know scent, like I don't care. I do me, I do you, God no go vex. So if you master this art, like, okay, you text me, I text you. You call me, I call you. I'm the lady here, you're the man. If you want the relationship, work for it. If you master this dark art, you would, you know, actually make a lot of Nigerian men who really are interested too much. Because once you notice is if you return the same energy with them, two things would happen. If they don't want you, they would go eventually. The ones who like are careless, thinking like, yeah, you will sort it out, you see them coming back to you after some time, to search for you, apologizing, and then start blaming the situation of Nigeria, why they were not reaching out to you. But it's very important to understand this dark art of I know send. Very, very important. So at times when they come back to you, it's another opportunity for you to renegotiate terms and condition for that relationship if you are still interested. But don't always be the one calling, texting and everything, they will take you for granted. Trust me, I know what I'm saying. And finally, a lady said, I'm a single mother of three. I am in a relationship with a Nigerian man. He's pushing for us to get married this year. Please, do you advise this? Between we are age mates and he has no kids of his own. My honest answer is no. I would advise you, to get married. I would advise you not to get married to this Nigerian guy. The only time I would support a situation like this is if you're talking to a Nigerian man who is doing very well financially, like he has his own money, he has his own house, and he wants to be with you for whatever reason. But if the guy is struggling financially, I would not tell you to go ahead. 10 out of 10, it turns out bad. It may work the first 5 years, later it backfires. That's the truth. And I always advise you, young single mothers or any single mother, at first, when you want to go in a relationship, you either look for a mature man uh, or look for a father, a parent. It's easier. Both of you are on the same, category in terms of social status, single mother, single father. It's easier. So that's the advice I would give you. All right, guys. So if you got question, please don't hesitate to write me on hometruth86 at gmail.com. Please like, share, subscribe. 100 Nigeria. Peace out.